7:40 a.m. Saturday. Nothing on the calendar. 9 hours of sleep behind you. And you feel worse than you did on Wednesday. You've run the checks. You slept. You didn't drink. Nobody died. So this isn't coming from your body. It's coming from what stopped at 5 o'clock on Friday. 9 hours didn't fix it. 9 more won't. Your eyes aren't open yet, and your hand has already found the phone. You're not checking the time. You're checking whether anyone needs you today. Nothing. No thread. No ask. Nothing with your name on it. A couple of things that could wait until Monday. And Monday is far away. Then something drops in your chest that you'd never call disappointment. Because a free day is supposed to be the thing you earned. The phone goes back down. 90 seconds later, it's in your hand again. Same nothing. Nothing is wrong with you today. That's the part that hurts. And under it, the thought you'd never say out loud. A day with nothing in it doesn't feel like rest. It feels like a preview of who I'd be if I stopped. So you get up, and within 10 minutes, you're building a day out of nothing. You'll train even though yesterday was legs. Then something gets cleaned that was already clean. And at some point, the laptop opens for one small job that could have waited until Tuesday. By 11, you'll feel almost level again. By 3, it'll be worse than when you woke up. And tonight, you'll tell yourself you just need a better night's sleep. And you'll be wrong for the 4th Saturday running. Something ran you all week and paid out every day. On Saturday, it stops paying. You've never once asked what it was paying you with. 11 all the session's done. The kitchen's clean. The laptop was open for 40 minutes on something that wasn't due. None of it needed doing today. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is how you chose. Out of everything a free morning could hold, you picked the 3 things that leave a mark. A logged set, a clean surface, a sent message. Every one of them prints a receipt. You didn't want the work. You wanted the receipt. Nobody was ever going to check that log. You checked it. And it worked, for about 20 minutes. Right after you hit send, something lifts. A small, clean feeling of being back in the world. You don't call it relief because it's too ordinary to name. It just stops being heavy for a while. Then it settles back down. And it lands heavier than it left, because now you know how short it lasts. By 1 o'clock, you're texting someone to ask if they need help with anything. Not because you miss them, because you want to be needed for an hour. You weren't productive this morning. You were hiring yourself. Run that back a few years. 400 Saturdays, give or take. Try to name what you did with one of them. Not the trips, not the weddings, the ordinary ones. The ones that were actually yours. They're gone, and they didn't go anywhere. They got spent 20 minutes at a time. 400 receipts, and not one of them is worth anything to you now. Somewhere in the last minute you reached for your phone. That isn't boredom. That's the same reflex, running right now, while you're sitting still. What you did at 11 this morning wasn't weakness. It's the most rehearsed thing you know how to do. You've been doing it since you were 19, and it has never once failed you. And it's the exact reason 3 o'clock is about to be worse than 7:40 ever was. 3 p.m. The tasks ran out an hour ago. The TV's been on for 40 minutes, and you couldn't tell anyone what's happened in it. Nothing's wrong. That's still true. Nobody's angry with you. Nothing's due. No one's waiting on anything you owe. And you feel like you're being held underwater by a hand you can't find. Here's the hand. You don't have an identity. You have an income. Every day of the week, something comes in. A message that needs you. A problem only you can close. A set logged. A favor asked. A name called across an office. None of it is large. It doesn't have to be. It arrives daily, and it pays out in the only currency you accept. The sense that you're a man who's required. That's the usefulness wage. You know exactly what it feels like when it lands. Somebody texts you on a Sunday night, "Can you take a look at this?" And something in your chest straightens up. You complain about it out loud, and you answer in 4 minutes. You've been on it since you were 19, and you've never missed a pay run. Monday through Friday, it clears every single day, in small amounts, quietly, before you're even awake enough to notice it landing. It doesn't accrue. You can't bank it. Thursday's pay doesn't cover Saturday. So when the week stops, the money stops. And you're standing in a life you built with no idea what you're worth when nothing's due. Not a low number. No number at all. The question doesn't return an answer, because the answer was never stored anywhere in you. It was always being deposited from outside. You didn't wake up tired. You woke up unpaid. Seneca described this exact account in Rome, and he was blunt about the arithmetic. The busiest man, he said, owns the smallest life, because a man who's always required is a man who's never once been consulted about his own time. They were rich in everything except the thing they were spending. 2,000 years, and the payroll still runs. And here's the part that should bother you more than the exhaustion. You never negotiated this. You never set the rate. Which means anybody who needs something from you can decide, on any given afternoon, exactly what you're worth. Including nobody. Including today. 7 to 1 p.m. The day's basically over, and you've already got the fix picked out. You'll go to bed early tonight. You'll build a better Sunday. Get outside. Meal prep. Get ahead of the week. Next weekend, you'll actually rest properly. And next Saturday will be different. It won't be. Because more rest is just more time off the same payroll. A longer gap doesn't change what you're being paid in. Sleep 10 hours, take a week off, book 2 weeks abroad. You'll come back to the same 740 with the same nothing in your chest, and you'll blame the travel. You don't need a longer break from the wage. You need 1 hour that doesn't run on it at all. An hour with nothing to show. No product, no log, no photo, no message that goes out afterwards. Nobody who could ever find out how you spent it. Cook something and eat it standing up. Walk a road you've walked 1,000 times. Sit in the car in your own driveway with the engine off. The first 20 minutes are hard in a way you won't expect. Your hands will go looking for a receipt. You'll reach for the phone and put it down, and reach again, and the silence will feel like something's being taken from you rather than given. Sit through it anyway, because somewhere past that, a small thing happens that you haven't felt in years. The hour keeps going, and nobody's paying for it, and you're still here. That's you, not the invoice. What's left when nothing's due. There's a structure to that hour. I wrote it down because almost nobody survives it on instinct. An hour nobody can invoice is the only hour you own. 11 to 1 p.m. The day's over and nothing came in. You got to the end of it the way you get to the end of a long drive. So here's the work. 1 hour a week that pays you nothing. Same hour, every week. Put it in the calendar under a word that means nothing to anyone who might read it over your shoulder. 2 conditions, and they're the whole thing. Nobody knows the hour happened. Nothing survives it. If you tell someone how you spent it, you invoiced it. If you photograph any part of it, you invoiced it. If you come out of it with a thought you're already planning to say out loud, you invoiced it. Do it badly. Do it bored. Do it while your hands are still reaching for something to produce. For about a month, it'll be the worst hour of your week. Then one Saturday, you'll get to 3 p.m., and the hand won't be on your chest, and you won't be able to point at anything you did to earn that. That's the whole prize. There isn't a bigger one. Everything I've put together on this sits in one place, linked below. It won't make the first hour easier. It'll just stop you from filling it. There's a new file here every day at 4. Nothing on this channel requires you. Next Saturday, 7:40 a.m. You'll wake up before an alarm you never set. Your hand will find the phone before your eyes are open, and there'll be nothing on it. No thread, no ask, nothing with your name on it. Same morning, same silence. The difference is you'll know what didn't come in, and you'll know you were the one who signed up for the pay run. Nothing came in today. Good. Then the day is yours.